How fucking convenient. A system crash when I'm reading the tea. I'm, po- I'm supposed to believe that was a coincidence. The damn devil. Y'all work for the devil. All right, y'all. I'm not gonna be too much longer because my computer is crashing out of nowhere. I was in the middle of saying, and somebody got to after the show teach me how you put two clips together on YouTube because it's not a problem. I'll continue with the rest of the show, but I just don't know how to upload two clips to one episode on YouTube. So somebody's gonna help Auntie put that together. But for my final point on Nicki being pandered and used as a pawn for the MAGA institution. She turned her back on 80% of her fans when she denounced the LGBTQ transgender children. And if you feel that way, you feel that way. But if you built your whole brand and support from that group, this is, interesting to me. So this is the clip where she turns on her fan base. Hold on, let me go to...
Boys, be boys.
Amen.
Be boys. It's okay. Be boys. It's nothing wrong with being a boy.
Amen.
How about that?
Amen.
How powerful is that? How profound is that?
Amen.
Boys will be boys, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Just to show you how messed up the world is, you actually had celebrities that had a problem with what Nicki just said.
Oh no, that's not helping my point. My point is that's your fan base. That's what supports you. That's who you cater to. And when you needed citizenship and this little problem that you got with that LA house, you denounced them. All right. So another thing, we spoke about the obvious reasons that she was doing the pandering for MAGA, right? We talked about, I put y'all on about the oil in Trinidad. I put y'all on about the citizenship. I put you on about the rapist husband and, working some things out for him. So in the midst of this, she's also dragging Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, right? And two things are going on there. The first, in 2022, when she bought the house in California, her rapist husband came over there with her and he failed to register as a sex offender. And when he didn't register as a sex offender, he was charged federally. He faced federal charges for failing to register as a sex offender. This is so disgusting. The Nicki Minaj has to deal with this. But you are what you tolerate and gravitate towards. She's a rape wife, a rape sister, a rape apologist, a rape politician, if you will. Itty bitty immigrant, right? So 2022, they buy the house in California. He don't have no money. She buys the house in California. He doesn't register as a sex offender. He's federally charged. Now he has to do 1 year of like a house arrest kind of program and a significant amount of charges, right? Gavin Newsom is the governor this time. What you mad at Gavin for? Do you feel that he should have excused you, or you could have, bought him out, or it didn't work? You mad at Gavin? Cool. Also, now, not only did they fail to register him as a sex offender, he also allegedly hit a security guard at a concert in 2019, right? I'm going to try and make this make sense. Rape husband, Zoo, whatever y'all call him, allegedly hits a bodyguard at a concert. The bodyguard sues them. This is what I don't understand. The Nicki Minaj, why are you being forced to sell your home for $500,000? I'm not getting the math. The house is worth $20 million. All the businesses out there, they said on the mortgage, you've already paid $13.7 million of that. Somebody help me carry the one. If I'm being sued for $500,000 because my husband's not only a rapist, he can't keep his hands to himself. Why am I being forced to sell a house instead of taking $500,000 out my pocket and giving it to the alleged victim? I'm not understanding. Was Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, supposed to excuse you and talk to the judge? Why are you mad at Gavin Newsom? And you know how MAGA's painting it? MAGA's saying that Gavin Newsom is pro-trans and Nicki isn't, so that's why she's attacking him. But if you go to her social media and you looked of what the barbs are comprised of, 80% LGBTQ, 10% people from Queens, and the other 10% of people with low IQ. I didn't get to finish that thought because my live got cut off. Another sign of low IQ is people that can only process one thing at a time. So they're going to process, hey, so when I was a teen or a kid, I loved Nicki Minaj. I loved the Beam Me Up Scotty. I loved the Pink Print, whatever else album she had. I like it. Now, present another idea. And let's see if I can process two things at once. Okay. This one idea I'm going to hold in my brain, my very small, minuscule brain. I like Nicki, the artist. Now, present me with some information. Let me see if I can process two things at once. Okay. So, she has a brother. He's a rapist. She wrote a letter to the judge to free him. Nope, can't process that. I love Starships Were Meant to Fly. Okay, cool. Let's throw something else at you. She met a guy when she was a kid. When she grew up, the guy went to jail for rape. When he came home, you get to choose your husband. They always say, your spouse is the family you get to choose. Maybe let's try to do some processing here. She couldn't choose her brother. Maybe that love was too strong. You do get to choose your spouse. Hey, Nicki, the guy that you knew when you was a kid, he out there raping people, but he's free now. You gonna marry him? Yep. You gonna stand beside him? Absolutely. Rape only matters when it's not my brother or husband. Cool. Dear fan, I know you can't process more than one thing at a time, but I'm trying to break this down. So remember the brother? Yep. Nope. Still love her. Okay, cool. So you can choose your husband. She still chose a rapist as a husband. Y'all cool with that? Yep. Starships were meant to fly. Okay, cool. You can't process more than one thing. She's a female rapper, women power, girls, whatever y'all say. Every rapper you put her in a cage with, she doesn't get along with. Okay, that's fine. Okay, sometimes people don't get along. Okay, cool. 12, 15, 20 rappers, nope, she's still a good person. We're meant to fly. She can't get along with a wall. This is a good person. Yep, still love the music. Can't process anything else. Damn, she was real close with Megan Thee Stallion and she brought up her dead mom. That's okay? Yep. Lying on your dead mama. Okay, cool. So, she's beefing with Cardi. Okay? Cardi has a small daughter. A little black girl. Blackish, whatever. She told the girl can't even read yet, but she still tweeted for the little girl to know. You a roach? And your gums is big, and I will kick your teeth back into the gums where it belongs. Is Nicki still a good person? We got rape sister, rape wife, can't keep a friend, trying to harass little children. We're meant to fly, hands up and touch the, can't hear you. I still love her. All right, next fan. Hey, gay boy. You call yourself a barb. Nicki says, be a boy. She's tired of the gays, the girls, the trans. Be a boy. What you think about that? Cannot hear you. Starships was meant to fly. So, for me personally, a sign of low intellect is not being able to process two things at once, not being able to say, okay, the bops are there, the bops are undeniable, but the person is such a vile person, I cannot support her. No, if you go on Twitter right now, the trans, the gays, the bis, the highs, the lows, they're still saying, I ride with Nicki. So people are entitled to their beliefs and their fandom and their standum. But that, for me personally, is a sign of low intellect, because at what point can you process two things and identify the devil when you see it? You can like who you like, but I can process how I process, and that's just a sign of low intellect. All right. So that's what's going on, and that's as much as I can convey to you guys. Meanwhile, she's blocking half the community. Thank you, Shy Thug. Shout out to Shy Thug. I love that girl. She's blocking. She's blocking y'all. She don't. I just don't. I would like to consider. I have a highly functioning brain, right? So there's a lot of things that I'm seeing you guys tolerate and excuse that I just can't break down. And that's just, she is devaluing the trials and tribulations of being a little black girl in America for MAGA, and saying that while we're being uplifted, we're devaluing white girls with blonde hair and blue eyes, never seen it. She's telling her 80% of her fan base to be boys. She is, I never heard a song so good that would. This is my question to the community. So sometimes in life, you're faced with instances where you have to choose what you are first. In my experience, there's a lot of instances where I'm like, hey, Diamond, are you black or a woman first? And I'm black first. To me, what black people go through, I gotta just say I'm black first. I'm not a woman black, I'm a black woman. Get it? So what I'm seeing with the mentally ill barbs is they're barbs before they're black. They're barbs before they're anything. They're barbs before they're themselves, because most of the time you go to their page, the representation of your page is your Avi. Your Avi is usually what you are. So a picture of you, a picture of your pet, a picture of your children. But to have a picture of a immigrant that has no values and can be bought, and then you want to tell me something about me, but you don't even use you as a representation. You see, it's so layered that sometimes my brain is eating itself, because it's very hard to articulate something so mind-boggling. But can she vote? No, you cannot vote. She cannot vote. She's a green card holder, not a citizen. She is what we call an illegal. You remember Elian Gonzalez? Probably not. You guys were children. They say he came over here on a raft, and what they did, America, they kicked the raft back. We don't care if you're a child. Illegal is illegal. She's an illegal that made a name for herself. And guess what? She doesn't give a fuck if you're an illegal too. She is all for self. Anyway, I had enough of the topic. We already broke down the Nicki thing. She allowed them to use her as a pawn. What's a pawn? The most invaluable piece on the chessboard. Okay. She says she's playing chess. They said if you believe that, you work at Checkers. This is not me. This is them. Twitter, right? She denounced the experience of being a black girl in America. She denounced her fan base. She said, be a boy. And, they're still writing for her over there. Okay? Sign of low intellect. I'm not arguing with nobody. I told y'all 15 years ago on my first Twitter page who Nicki was. Y'all got that page out of here. I made 8 more. I am on my 10th. I am on my and this is not an exaggeration, right? I had to make up all these emails so I remember. I am on my 10th account. And every time my account got canceled, it was for denouncing Nicki Minaj. I don't know what it's going to take. I think she can rape your dog and you're still going to make an excuse. Why would he have his tail up with his butthole exposed if he didn't want it? I don't know what it's going to take for you low intellect people to process 2 things at one time, but starships is meant to fly. If that's what you use, go ahead. But the lady's literally the devil. All right, cool. Then send her fans to go in my mama yard and steal her little angel statues off her porch. They done call my grandma a little wrinkly bitch. They done try to rape my dog as well. And all in all, she's still a stupid bitch. What was that for? Okay? I had enough. All right. It just means that you guys can't process 2 things at once. You're retarded. I try not to use the word, but it's so prevalent. When it goes away, I'll stop saying it. Okay, what else is going on in the news? I just can't. Shout out to Charlamagne the God, who just signed a $200 million iHeart media contract, extending his time with the Breakfast Club. I don't have much to say, but put me in the game, coach. You follow me. You know who I am. You see this humble abode behind me? We need to start getting some marble. Marble. The ceilings are way too high. I don't have an echo. That's not okay. I don't see any gold. My silverware is from Dollar Tree. Let's get this shit going. Okay. Congrats. We're the boy, Damon Dash. And it's just so funny how people think they eating somebody up, but life is eating them. Damon Dash, a month ago, 2 months ago, was on the Breakfast Club trying to play him and saying, oh, Wendy's your OG. Man, if somebody could be my OG and I'm still signing $200 million contracts, baby, give me the rest of the alphabet. I'll take it. All right. So shout out to Charlemagne. You know, do the right thing. What's this? Charlemagne speaks on Forbes saying he received $200 million.
Stop with all of this money talk, guys.
No, it's important. Money is important.
Stop with all of this money talk, guys. This is y'all. This no, y'all. This is no.
I need help with my student loan.
This
Damn.
y'all. This is listen. I don't know. This is silly. Okay, all Forbes did was just highlight my career and some of my business ventures. Okay, all of that money, all them numbers, I don't know nothing about none of that. Okay, that's just stop, guys. Oh, yeah? Okay. Y'all worried about the wrong things, man. I ain't even, you can't, y'all know AI be out here.
I love fake modesty.
Shut up.
Stop means keep going. Keep telling me how rich I am.
Y'all know AI real, you know what I'm saying? Listen, can I ask y'all something? No, this is what I really want to ask y'all, chat. I was seeing stuff this week, and people were saying that their sources was telling them I was leaving iHeart. At what point, and then, I'm watching these people be sending me YouTube videos of people talking about, at what point do we stop listening to these niggas? I really want to ask y'all that, chat. I know nobody cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining, but do y'all really want to just keep subscribing and listening to people who lie to y'all for a living? Like, seriously, people lie to y'all.
He's talking about Tasha K. Tasha K is what I call, or who I call, the most unreliable source on the internet. She doesn't care about getting sued. She has no more money to sue for. If Tasha K said it, just keep on scrolling. There's nothing with credibility over there. So I think she is the one that started the rumor. Yes, she is. Exclusive. Allegedly, Charlamagne the God's contract is not up for renewal. Girl, every episode I do is about you lying on somebody. Come on now. I know you got nothing to lose, but the fans, when people go to you, they want to know that I don't have to do any more extra work. You did the legwork. You don't have a bias. You are very informative. You go and cross your T's, dot your... Girl, you are at the tabloids. What's the tab? When you online at Publix, and they got that strategically placed newspapers and our magazines there just to buy because you online and the line long. The Sun, and nothing in there is real. What's the major one when we was growing up? I can't remember. You are them. You the sun, you the earth, you the moon, you the lies. Come on now. You would want to have some credibility behind your name so the fans know this is my one-stop shop. Bitch. Megan, Cardi, keep going. National Enquirer. Y'all some old heads with me. You are the National Enquirer of social media. If you said it, I regret it. It ain't happened. So Tasha K, you are everything I don't want to be, okay? You just be talking the talk. So that was Charlamagne. And guess what? This is not the time to be pissing off people that's picking up scouts for their $200 million contract. This is not the time to be saying, girl, and lying on the boy, because the boy going to be looking for some teammates. Motherfucker. All right, whatever. If you want me to beat her up, listen, I ain't got nothing to lose. All right. But you got to pay like you weigh. All right, what else we got going on? And you know what's so crazy? I didn't do the research on this, but they're saying, so she's a rape wife, a rape sister, a rape politician. Is that food? She rape, right? They're saying, remember her alter ego, Roman Polanski? They said even that moniker is a rapist. Let's see. Hey, Siri, who was Roman Polanski? No, not Roman. Who is this? Who is this man? What's this? I want to bite. I don't have to come off camera. This is a potluck? Let's see who Roman Polanski is. You gotta know how to search things, and let's put Nicki behind it. Who is? Nicki used the alter ego Roman Polanski in Roman's Revenge, had a song, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if y'all are on your Tasha K, if y'all made that up. Also, sometimes you just gotta go in the comments and see what the commenters are saying. I didn't even look him up until now. Did you find what you were... Maybe it's Zelensky. Roman. Zelensky? All right. Let's see what they say. Roman Zelensky is a crazy boy who lives inside of her, who says the things she doesn't want to. We know that. She made that up. Listen, guys, I don't have the time, okay? I am going to not do the research and lie and say I did it. But anyway, that's what the fans are saying. Doesn't mean it's right. But anyway, let's keep going. Some, I would say celebrity-ish people have spoken out against Nicki. Tammy Rivera, the ex-wife of Waka Flocka, says she's the epitome of a bootlicker. And she posted the JD Vance tweet that I just spoke to y'all about before I got cut off mysteriously, where JD Vance, who's also currently trying to incite a race war, says shout out to Nicki for saying what he was thinking. Stop uplifting black girls to step on the other races. Never seen that. But Tammy called her a bootlicker. She also has a longtime fan in Joe Budden, and Joe Budden has spoken out against her recently. Let's see what Joe had to say.
Like, it's too much now.
Cardi's kids.
Yeah. It's just too much now.
I see what you're saying.
I don't have to know what's going on under the hood of the car, but it's too much. It's too much for me. I'm off this train. I'm off this train. I'm off this wagon. Have a blast. I'm sorry. Can't.
What?
Actually, I'm not sorry.
So it changes your whole perspective on the person when these things happen, right? Like when do you still have love for the person?
No.
I can love you from over there.
Okay, so the love doesn't change.
I can love you. I love you from over there.
You're not gonna
Nicki
stand
still
next
did
to
a
them.
lot of great things for me. I've still had a lot of great personal conversations with her. I too get unhinged or have at times, so I understand that little connection there. For me, this is way pet. We so far gone. We're too far gone. This ain't that. This is not that. I like to be unhinged when it could hurt me and the people that love me. I don't want my unhinged to affect black people, my kids, their grandkids, the legislation that will.
And y'all know I don't give a fuck about Joseph, nor do I care for him. But there goes a man that can process two things at one time. I've been a barb. I've held her down for so many times. But there has to be a point where I say, when the things that you advocate and the stage that you use your celebrity for can affect my immediate surrounding, I have to let go of frivolous things like your music and say, now you're using your power and your reach for dangerous things. That is what we call growth and intellect. Processing two major thoughts at one time. Some of you lack the ability, and I just have to call y'all retarded, okay? So that is Joe Budden's giving back his baddie chain and his barb. Get this off my screen. I wish I knew how to get rid of this. Okay. I'm actually, I panic very quickly. So, I don't ever give Joe his things, but we have to see a processor when we see one. Okay. What else we got going on? Nicki's not going to take up my entire show. It's just, you know, when you denounce somebody for 15 years and it takes the rest of humanity 15 years to finally process what you've been saying. You feel a little vindicated. It's not much. It's just like, hey, welcome, retards. Welcome to the Intellect Show. My name is Diamond. What took you so long? You finally arrived? Okay. There's no food and refreshments here because you don't deserve it. But thank you for finally turning the lights on. We were worried about you. Anyway. What else we got going on? So, some Epstein files, some were released over the last couple of days. I don't know why they're spoon feeding us this shit and it's eradicated and they're just keeping the president's name out of it. But we know he was a VIP Platinum Plus member. We know they called him Big Don as soon as the plane landed. But they're just, I don't know, trying to desensitize us and spoon feed us little by little. So by the time we get to the page, it says, and Donald Trump raped the kids. That we're just like, but I think that's what they do. We're trying to, peel the layers back. So, you do take a Band-Aid off real slow. It's actually the worst way. You're supposed to just rip it off. But anyway, nonetheless, everything they're feeding us is Bill Clinton adjacent. And Bill Clinton barely holding on to a thread of life. Have you seen him lately? He looks like a mummy, but nonetheless, he has enough oxygen in his lungs to defend himself. Bill Clinton, his office, not him, left a little speech. They said what the Department of Justice has just released so far and the manner in which they did it makes one thing clear. Someone, Donald, or something, Trump, is being protected. We don't know who, what or why, but we do know this. We need no such protection. So this is them saying, okay, we already knew that Bill was a hoe. Yeah, he gets dick sucked during his term. He has no self-control. He is a sexual deviant, but he's not the only one. Bring him out, bring him out. It's hard to yell when the barrels. If y'all bring me out, bring out the real key players, is what they're saying. Not only that was released, there was also a note that Epstein wrote another pedophile. They protect their own. Where is that note? I have so many. Oh, God, there's more than a note. I'll get back to this one. I hope it didn't get lost in the ghetto news because this is important-ish. It's all things we already knew. Okay, here we go. Jeffrey Epstein wrote a letter to Larry Nassar before committing suicide saying, our president shares our love of little girls, right? Who is Larry Nassar? There was a class act suit with all the gymnasts filed against him. I want to say he was like a gymnast coach, but Simone Biles was suing him, a couple of other gymnasts, because like most people that look like these guys, don't want to state the elephant in the room, white men, they share a love of children. Not the love that we have, but the jail kind, right? So Epstein wrote a letter to Larry Nassar, who's being sued by a bunch of gymnasts, including Simone Biles, saying, hey, this is the Holy Trinity right here, the three of us in hell. We got to keep our conglomerate going in hell because that's where we're going, right? Of course, the Trump administration said, oh, lies, lies, lies. Okay, it's not. There was also something else leaked from the Epstein files this week that I just passed. We're going to go back to. It's this letter. Trigger warning, I have to update my iOS human service. I know that I'm from a very rough era where we didn't even have cameras, and if we did, they came out in black and white, but I'm going to say trigger warning. That's the just to be politically correct. This is about SA. He raped me. Donald J. Trump had raped her along with Jeffrey Epstein. She was found with her head blown off. There is no way it was a suicide. Now we're starting to see why Trump was hiding the Epstein files, and it was probably going to get much worse. This is the entire letter. I don't want to do much more because this is a sensitive topic, but just know that the files are being released day by day to desensitize us. But the common theme is Trump was there and he was VIP. Okay? All right. They're going to tell you, oh, lies, and you're going to still have co-workers, friends, families, and social media followers that are going to still be Trump supporters. What did we learn earlier in the episode? People cannot process. I don't even know how you can process anything Trump adjacent, but people are not going to be able to process information, and they're going to still support people after there's blatant evidence that this person is the devil. Signs of low intellect. Okay. All right. What else we got going on? Charlemagne was also on the Angie Martinez show. He had a couple of cool thinking points. This was something I've always preached. Two things I've always preached. The karma in relationships of being bad to people. And not only romantic relationships, platonic, friends, work, the karma is there. And also the validity of someone who's a bad partner to their partner. They can't be good to anybody else. So this was Charlemagne on
that.
Absolutely.
talking about those two things.
Your evolution is wildly inspiring to people, I think, not just in radio, but just across the board. And even as a father, I mean, as a husband, as a man, you've been very honest in the books and stuff. And it's funny because you come up in the pod a lot. I had Cardi here.
I saw Cardi.
Did you see
Nori,
Cardi?
Yep.
You saw Nori too?
Yep,
Oh yeah,
yep.
you came up in both those
Yep,
episodes.
yep.
That's right. Because Cardi was, went through what she went through. And she had a very strong theory about when you don't treat people well, even a
Absolutely.
spouse or even a girl you're stringing along, like that karma comes back to you. And then we were talking about your theory about becoming this better husband and how your life flourished after that.
Absolutely. And it's so crazy, right? Like, I've always told these stories, and for whatever reason, people act like this was yesterday.
Yeah.
It's like, no, bro, I've been clean for like 9 years out here in these streets, okay? Like,
Not new?
No, not at all. But it's like really.
But were you telling the story back then? You weren't telling the story back then. You were telling the story in the past few years, probably,
Yeah,
right?
probably in the past few years, because I had to make sure I really was what I said I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you make that commitment, though, like I always talk about the color purple, and, when Celie pointed that finger and said, ain't no good gonna come to you until you do right by me, that is real. And so what happens when you actually do right by the woman you love? What happens when you actually do right, by your wife? For me, my life has done nothing but go up, 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 up. So I always say to myself, like, why would I ever go backwards? Especially when I continue to see men make those same rookie mistakes, losing everything. Like, you see what just happened to the head coach of the University of Michigan, like 39 years old, married with kids, playing around on the side, and like now his whole shit is fucked up. It's like, why would I make those mistakes when I'm seeing what's happening to other people? And even before that, like, I saw what was happening to my pops and my uncles, and my pops would always tell me the worst thing that he ever did was do wrong by my mother. Even though he ended up getting remarried, but that's just
He regretted it.
That's a hole that is in his life that he just regrets, even to this day.
Did you know that at the time, or did you know that after you had changed your life and saw the effect of it? Or did you make that decision with the intention of like, my life will be better if I do right by her?
Both, because it's like when you I deal with anxiety, right? So it's just like, why add extra stress to your life that you don't need? And plus, you just feel fake. You feel phony. Like you literally laying down with the person you claim to love, this person that you got a whole life with, but you lying to that person. Yeah. Like, I'm not one of them people. I don't believe in that whole keep it real with your homies, but then lie to the woman that you claim to love. Like, you really made vows in front of God. Like, to me, that's just fake. I can't live my life in that way. I don't like to talk behind people's back. If I said something behind your back, eventually I got to say it to your face. Or I've already said it to your face, so now I'm talking about you behind your back. Like, I can't live my life like that. So it's just like laying down with a person, like living a whole life with a person, but you're actually living a whole lie.
So that's the thing I was saying a couple of episodes back. And it shouldn't be only reserved for romantic relationships, but romantic relationships are so personal because you lay next to a person. So to me, I can see how someone can see that's the top kind of the deceit. But I told y'all that through my life navigation, I have finally felt that Earth is a test. And what he's saying is, the more negative that you put out, you're not winning the test. You're not acing the test, and you're not being risen to the next level. And I've literally felt that. You cannot come down here, take this test, fail everything, look around and say, why not me? Why am I not getting this? Why am I so stuck? Why am I so stagnant? You're not passing the test. And if you think you're just down here to fuck, fornicate, drink, and shit, you are down here wasting people's time. Earth is a test. You have to be good to people. You have to pass these tests to get to these next levels. And if you don't believe it, keep living in poverty, and people say, "Oh, when me, God, when me." When you learn the fucking that you're on a test, be quiet. There's an exam going on, cocksucker, and you're failing miserable. Okay, so shout out to Charlamagne because it's so sad. Two things to me. It's so annoying that men have to face consequences to want to be a good person. So I'm hearing two things going on one time. I'm hearing the revelation that you're learning that you have to be good to your spouse, or you have to be good to the people that you coexist with to get these rewards. But my bigger thing is, why do you innately don't want to just be treated how you treat people and vice versa? Why does it have to be, oh, unless I'm good to my wife, I ain't gonna make more money. I'm not. So it's kind of like, innately, do you want to be a dog, but you found out that Earth is a test and that's the only thing that's making you a good person? Or are you innately a good person and you just learned a long time ago to treat people how you want to be treated? But that's men. And that's why I always agreed with the saying that a man has to love you more than you love him to be good to you. Because look at this. Even though there's a profound message being stated here, I still got the negativity in it that I'm a little annoyed by. He had to face a consequence to want to be a good person. But anyway, nonetheless, thank you for finally arriving in the good person class. I'm your leader, Diamond. Never been a cheater, never will be. It's just too low and nasty of a thing. And anxiety and wanting success brought you here. But we welcome all of our new students. Have a seat. Refreshments are in the back. All right. Somebody got to say it because men are followers and they need another man to not be a cheater for them to be like, oh, that makes mad sense. Men are losers. Oh, it's so painful to be a part of. Okay. At least they're learning. Ugh. What else is going on the internet? I don't particularly care for Dr. Umar. When you let him talk long enough, he only makes sense about race wars. I like when he tell them honkies where they can go. But when he starts talking about the dynamics between men and women or anything outside of race, he loses me every time. I don't think he's smart. I just think he's good at denouncing white folks, right? That's it. That's all. As I say every episode, I do not watch these clips prior to the show because I do have diagnosed HD, AD. I can't even say it, ADHD. So I can't watch anything twice. I don't know where this clip is going, but let's just hope it makes sense. This is a message from Dr. Umar to Nicki. Let's see, 19 seconds, I can handle that.
1,000 lashes and your melanin has been snatched. You have now been completely dismissed from the African race. We hope Caucasian nation will accept you as one of their own because your melanin is snatched. Your melanin is snatched. Your melanin is snatched.
I told y'all, only thing he can do for me is talk about race. That was a good time. Okay, 1,000 lashes, your melanin is snatched. You have now been denounced from the African race. When he start talking about polygamy and men can have more than one wives, it just don't make no sense because you're so pro-black, but you're not pro-black black foundation of a black man, one black woman in a home raising children. You want a split household. You got children over here, bitches over there. You ain't who you think you are, but I'm gonna do your ass another time. But when it come to race and that Afro-panism shit you be talking that I don't feel like learning about, you got that. You got that one small little thing, and then we move. All right? There you go, Nicki. Because you barely had that. You Afro, Indo, witch nose, coolie, Punjabi MC, witch bitch. Okay? Never liked your ass, never will. Music is cool. Okay? What else we got going? I don't care nothing academics have to say about nothing. This show is going to be filled with rapists. I don't know what's going on in the world, but y'all know the British actor Russell Brand. He is in so much trouble. Let me see before I get to this clip. Let me just do it on my phone. I don't feel like where's my cellular device? Child, he already had victims in the past, but during this week, I don't know what happened. All right. So y'all know I'm not making it up. This is from Deadline News. Russell Brand has been charged with 2 more counts of rape and sexual assault. The Metropolitan Police said in a statement, charges related to 2 additional women on top of the previous charges, which were 2 other rapes, assaults. He will appear in court on January 20th of next year. And then 6 months later, his trial will start for the other charges, which he's pled non-guilty to. But he has 2 new pending sexual assault. What is going on? Okay. Fear men, all right? Not all of them, but you know what's a good sign to stay away from? White men. Not saying that black men don't do it too, but in astronomical numbers, you white men really like stealing pussy, okay? I'm terrified of y'all. What else we got going on? What is this? 50 Cent explains why he gets defensive when women ask him about things. Let's see what the hamster has to say.
I get defensive when the person is trying to, look, when the woman's asking me for things, then I'm like, oh, you think I'm a sucker? Oh, when she comes and she's just cool, and then, because organically I'll want to do those things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I'll start to do the things and it'd be cool because she ain't never asked me for that. Nah, she cool. She never asked me for nothing. But if she comes with those intentions or that idea, then it feels like, wait.
Wow, so even if she doesn't ask you, you can read the energy.
Right.
Like she's coming.
She came with those intentions.
Right.
Okay, first of all, why is Mary J. Blige interviewing a hamster? Second of all, I hate to play the gender war games, but each gender does it. It's just so repetitive. Each gender does it to each other. A man goes up to a woman, asks for sex, unbeknownst to knowing her, and a woman asks, get over it. Everybody's using each other. And guess what? The more unlikable you are as a person, the more likely it is to be used, because we got to find a positive in such a negative compiled person. If you were a better person, maybe a girl wouldn't come up to you just wanting that. She would want to get to know you. But you're a piece of shit, bitch. And I've never liked your ass either. And I'm seeing a trend here with people from Queens. You got 50 Cent. You got, I would say Nicki's from Queens, but she's an illegal. Something's in the water. Because after she sat her illegal ass here and consumed the Queens water, she turned into one of y'all. And then you got the boy, the rapist president, Trump. All from Queens. Y'all can't dress. Y'all are piece of shit bitches. What's going on over there? Don't like that place. Or the people they're pumping out. So, 50, please. It's not like you're this stellar sweetheart that's just so easy to know and just, girl, if I was a hard on rent and needed money, I would ask you a hamster ass for money too. Hate your guts. Hate the day you was born. Okay, what else we got going on? Like he's some victim. Yeah, they asked me for money. Girl, fuck you. Whew, I hate people from Queens. Not all of y'all, but the 3 biggest people from there looking funny in the light, okay? I'm pretty sure y'all got some gems. Why is my dog licking my feet? I don't have any snacks for you, baby. Go away. I'm trying to get us out the hood. Okay, so I also wanted to put a rest to this rumor because I was guilty of saying some things too. Because, you know, I'm just opinionated. It gets me through my day. So we had got this picture on social media. This is the picture, right? This is the picture we had got on social media. And what we were told, because, you know, the Hot 97 morning show, as we know, it's coming to an end. They're going to put that loud ass motherfucker Funk Flex allegedly on there. I cannot believe you guys are going to have to start your morning with such a loud, rambunctious piece of shit like Funk Flex. But not my city, not my problem, right? Cool. So on one end of the internet, we're told that Funk Flex was getting the spot of the morning show. On the other end, we were given this picture of these 3. We made generalizations about them because that's what we do. People make generalizations about us. Well, we just have to tolerate it, right? And the world turns. And we said, who the fuck are these people? They look lame, and how can they be the voice of New York? Well, one thing about the internet is negativity is way more fun. So we just had a little fun because it wasn't us. So maybe somewhere deep down, we were jealous. I don't know. Maybe we thought we were up next for the morning show. I don't know what it is, but we're bred to be haters. It's fun, right? It wasn't even the truth. These 3 people that we saw got nothing to even do with New York. They got nothing to even do with the physical studio. These people were hired to do, drum roll please, They actually are the new host of a digital multimedia show for Hot 97 in Atlanta, guys. Okay, these people look more like Atlanta. You know, Atlanta people are a little bit slower, right? I just couldn't see them as the voice of New York. So let's see what they had to say about the rumors.
They were
and what they
misinformed because they didn't. Hot 97 really didn't put any information out there about it, so they ran with it and put their own narrative. And what I want to say to New York is, y'all owe us an apology. You chopped cheese eating, boot wearing in the summer folks. Y'all owe us an apology. Y'all had some rude things to say. Show them some of the rude things that they said about us.
The comments, they were funny. Okay, let's just read some of these off. They applied on Indeed.
That's okay.
Well, we did not apply on
Not at all.
Looks like an ICDC college ad took me out.
It does. It does. It definitely does, bruh.
What does that say? Looks like they're doing a phage.
Phage.
Her voice annoying and the other two corny.
First of all, you can't spell and you can't write, so we don't even take your comments seriously, brother.
The other one says, nah, bringing in the D-League to replace the starters is crazy.
That's wild.
Dang, man.
Y'all feelings ain't a little hurt over this. I don't know how y'all got such thick skin, because I swear to God, I was reading these and I was melting every comment I heard. I was like, golly, like, there's no way people think it. Like, you don't even know me, and you're coming to my comments, putting tomatoes in my videos.
That hurt your feelings.
This is so wild.
We were
this
right.
Is how bad the internet could get, y'all.
I love it.
I thought it was funny only because, I mean, he and I, you're a comedian. I've been in the news business for the past, 10 years plus. So you get a lot of hate already. So it wasn't even all that deep. But also, we knew what it was. Obviously, Ebro departed. Obviously, he's going to be replaced. So we knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
So we knew people were going to have something to say.
Okay, guys, so we were right and wrong at the same time. They were lame, but they wasn't for New York. They're the right kind of lame for Atlanta, okay? So congratulations to the three, but you guys, we knew visually that you guys weren't the voice of New York. And we weren't wrong about that, but touche. All right, so guys, you can rest yourselves. They're not for New York. Okay, what else we got going on the internet? And that's the power of the internet. Like, whatever they want to say, you're gonna have to hold it down because it is what it is until someone feels like caring. I do not like Tyrese. I'm not doing 4 minutes of anything. Don't care. What's this?
With 20-year-olds, 30 and up club, you got no business going out wearing revealing, and it's always the ones like this who try to they have so much advice for women, married or unmarried, so much advice for moms, single or not single, father in the home or not, but you still going in public trying to compete with, and that's something that I've always advocated for as far as the young girls. Let them have their youth. You've been their age. They've not been yours. So I don't understand.
All right, I'm gonna cut her mic short. Fat people are always mad about something. I keep on telling y'all, and I've been suppressing my thoughts about fat people for a long time, trying to not get canceled. But as I said on the So Shameless podcast last week, everybody's running amok. I'm not exempt, so I'm gonna live my truth. I hate fat people. They are the most evil, angry, hungry, greasy, sweaty people I did ever see. You're speaking of a place of fat and hurt. What are you talking about? So once you hit 30, you can't wear lace. You can't wear see-through. That is reserved for age. You know what it's also reserved for? People in shape. Shut your fat ass up. I don't want to see your fat ass stretching the material out, ripping it. You're going to have a burnt out thigh part because, most fat people like myself, I used to be fat, still kind of your knock-kneed, so your legs going this way. So anything that you wear, the thighs are going to burn out. You're going to burn out. Shut the fuck up, you fat bitch, and mind your business. I am no longer not body shaming. Y'all ain't got no problem calling me a big botch bitch. I got no problem calling you a big, sweaty, fat, wide back, flabby arm bitch. Mind your fat ass business and mind your fucking business. I'd rather see a 30-year-old in some lace than a fat bitch. I don't care if she's 21. You will always lose to the better body. Shut your ass up and mind your business and hope somebody forget you fat. Y'all got too much comfort in talking to people because we created this space for fat people to have a voice. Shut the fuck up, okay? I am tired of the fake kindness because y'all are not even being fake kind. Y'all are very opinionated and mean. So am I. And I'm going to state the elephant in the room, which is you. Get out of here. All right? Can't even finish your statement. Got some fucking nerves talking about somebody's appearance and what to wear and not to wear. And in Atlanta, all the fat bitches wearing crop tops and they belly scraping on the floor. Shut the fuck up. Tired of everybody making space for the other people and the new people that, you know, when you got a little chicka boom, they like to make fun of you. I'm making fun of for anybody who got something to motherfucking say about some shit they shouldn't be saying. Fat bitch. All right. Whew. Told you. Work the sweat. I know it don't take much for you, but me sweating is a big thing. All right. What else? Sorry. Not sorry. I'm too comfortable now because y'all got strength in numbers. On and off the scale. Okay? See how I did that? All right. Enough. Don't want to stampede in my DMs. I can't stop. Okay. That's why y'all got to pay for the 2 seats on Southwest now, because guess what? When you start talking too much, you put the microscope back on you. Y'all had a little 5-year run where y'all got to make fun of people because they got no fat shaming. So y'all said, oh, no fat shaming? So we could be mean now, and y'all overdid it. Y'all overdid it. So you know what happened? The microscope went on y'all. Southwest said, guess what? Pay for 2 seats. Guess what? Your arms is big. Guess what? Shut up. That's what y'all should have did. Should have been fat and solid like y'all used to be back in my day. Okay? All right. I don't know what the internet's doing, but we're going to get back to the essence. Fat shaming. All right. Okay. So also, either be fat or don't be sensitive. Okay? We're already on limited space, and now I have to hold more space. Ebro didn't depart. He was fired. I got y'all in the comments. Over the weekend, we saw the Netflix stand-up of Dave Chappelle, right? One thing I like that Dave Chappelle does is that he used his comedic time and his celebrity, his stage, his platform to address political stances. I think that's powerful. Everything ain't, you know, fun and jokes. We're living in the middle of a crisis in real time. So, the stand-up to me was done very, very tastefully. I just had one moment where I was just like, is he a Diddy apologist? But he wrote that line very well, so I'm still not sure. But it did raise an eyebrow. What he did talk about on that podcast was his hate for Trump. So I really loved that. And he had a really good comedic timing. He had a lot of parts where I thought he was just joking. He had jokes about the Falcon and stuff. What he did at the end of the stand-up, what I really liked, he showed pictures of everything he joked about to show it wasn't a joke. It may have been a little bit of a fabrication, but it was true. He had the pictures of the Falcons. He had a friend that died from his actual mentor died from HIV complications, and he was taken to Dr. Sebi as a last effort and still died. So for the people that, you know, confide in Dr. Sebi, it's just something to consider. Not to say that I denounce his work, but Dave Chappelle said he was there to tell you that he took him to Dr. Sebi and the guy still died. So anyway, watch the documentary. Mark Lamont Hill talked about Dave Chappelle on the Joe Biden podcast. And let's see what he had to say.
But in terms of the
part?
Well, one, to say, well, Saudi Arabia kills journalists, but what about Israel, doesn't negate the fact that Saudi Arabia kills journalists. It just means don't perform either place.
No, right. See, I think he spoke to the hypocrisy of the people that were critiquing him.
Right, but I was one of the people critiquing him.
That's you, though, but you stand on, we know one side, but you're not all of the critics.
I know. And what I'm saying is that's not a good defense of going to Saudi Arabia. That's the hypocrisy part, yes, but he was also justifying going there.
See,
he said, I can freer there. I can speak there.
No, I think we got something different, and you might be looking at it from something different based on your own education on the region. You are way more educated.
No, I don't even mean at that level. I mean, he thinks it was okay to go.
No,
see what I'm saying? He said, I'm waiting for my next Arab check. Again, good jokes. I'm not mad at the performance. I'm just saying, personally, I agree with you. We may have taken
but the think it's okay to go part is, I think, what he was speaking to.
Yeah, I think he was like, yo, dog, y'all critiqued me for going there because they killed, and the justification was, well, yo, they killed a journalist there. Yeah. But y'all ain't saying nothing about over here where they killed 240 journalists in the last 3 months or whatever time frame he said. It was like, yo, so y'all could critique that and think that part over there is okay.
I think Mark is saying that he also does critique that, and a lot of people also do critique
a lot of
that.
people think that aren't doing that. That's what I'm saying. That becomes a straw man. I'm saying a lot of people who are mad at him from going there are also boycotting Israel for killing journalists. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So it's not like I'm this small minority on that. And what's funny is when he said,
where do you stand on America's participation in it?
Oh, I think we're complicit. If anybody wants to boycott here, I think they should, and I would support it. I absolutely would.
And that's what I think that's his point. That's what I think the broader point is.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go there.
We got that part.
Yeah,
I understand that.
Yeah.
You are speaking for the people like you. You're going to activist against it all. So I understand that part.
And I just think you're more educated than the masses in the goings on.
But I don't think the masses are criticizing him for it. I think the people criticize him.
I think his point is Mark is complicit whether you want to be or not.
And I think that's a fair point. I think we're all complicit. I think that's right. I just don't think it's a good argument. All I'm saying, I don't think it's the best argument for it. I'm not, again, he can have that take. A lot of people have that take. I wouldn't die on the Saudi Arabia hill because I think, again, there's enough contradictions everywhere. I just think that wasn't the best take. But when he said, like, I'm freer to speak there, it's interesting because he's like, again, my trans jokes kill over there. True. But if he imagine making an anti-Muslim joke over there. It's not that you would almost think that Saudi Arabia was this free place where you can say whatever you want. It's just it happens to be that his jokes float.
Yeah, I understand.
His jokes float there. Imagine a trans comedian can't go over there and tell that joke.
True.
So I'm just saying, like, it's and I'm not trying to demonize Saudi Arabia because, again, America got a lot of fucked up shit. And again, do what y'all need to do. I'm just saying I didn't agree with some of the political arguments, but I try not to let the political arguments get in the way of my appreciation of the comedy.
Points were made. And that's just something to consider. Everybody made points. I don't think that everybody is as debriefed as Mark Lamont Hill is on the history on Saudi Arabia. But just like when you go on the internet and you like apples and you don't know who's allergic to apples and they can hate you, I don't have a problem with Dave Chappelle going to Saudi Arabia. But Mark was on spot. But if you were to boycott everything, you would be in a box by yourself. So you have to individually pick what means the most to you and stand on that and be unapologetic in that facet. Because, baby, you could be boycotted for anything. Some things unbeknownst to you. You're never going to make everyone happy. So you got to pick the top 3 things that mean something to you and stand on that. Because, baby, something happened to somebody everywhere. And you can make it make sense if you just write it out correctly. I loved the stand-up. And I just love that he uses his platform to bring political awareness to people that are just living in a bubble. So I would like to applaud him on that, even though Mark is bringing him down on going to Saudi Arabia. But Israel has a live genocide going on right now. And anyway, Nicki said Happy Hanukkah on her Twitter. December 15th. I logged the date. Not Happy Kwanzaa, not Happy Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Nicki gave a particular shout out to the Jewish people celebrating Hanukkah, December 15th on her page. The same people supporting and creating a live genocide in Gaza right now. So, baby, stand for something, but you can't stand for everything because you will be not standing at all by the end of the day. Okay? Nicki doing her best to not get deported. Okay, so Mark, I know some things are dear to you, but to me it's draining. To me it's draining when we go, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do it. It's only so much information we could take in at one time and not offend someone somewhere in a little cubicle. I don't give a fuck. The stand-up was amazing, and I'm glad that someone is politically aware and turning on the lights in other people that aren't aware. That's all I can say. But Mark makes points. Do any of the points mean anything to me? No. If I had to pick a side, I'm going to pick Dave Chappelle because he is bringing awareness to people that are listening to him. I don't even know what's going on in Saudi Arabia. Except for they got that new cool hotel on the water that everybody's going to and I want to go. Okay? All right. Okay? Oh, what's going on? Let me see a couple of more Twitter things and head over to the blog. Say what the nigglets got going on in the blogs and then keep it moving. All right. Oh, my God. That stand-up was good as fuck. Come on, Mark. Tight ass. Smart people are annoying. Okay. Let me see. What's Jill Scott talking about? Nope. Don't feel like it. Okay, so this was funny. So y'all know that. Okay, I see you feel me, Anise, a nice. I don't never know how to say your name. Y'all see that Danny Kane got their little reunion tour going on, and some people don't be invited, some people be invited, some people show up. Well, Aubrey came, and baby, she can stay home next time.
Here we go with what's amazing. Hey. Sing this with me already. Switch your back to zero, but let it go. Oh, we cut her out too long, just to let it go
What the? First of all, this is my favorite Danny Kane song. It's called Ride With You, and it's so funny. So the same month Ride With You came out, I don't know who produced it, but they gave that beat out to two people at the same time. They gave it to Danny Kane and they gave it to Mary J. Blige at the same time. You had to be there to know what was going on, right? Danny Kane's was called Ride For You. Mary's also had Ride in the title. That was a Mary bop too. Amazing songs. Both of them at the same time. I don't know what the producer was doing. He was lazy. They both killed it. I don't know who killed it more. Danny Kane. All right. But that's Aubrey. And D Woods had to oversing Aubrey because she wasn't doing it right. That was embarrassing.
Here we go with what's amazing. Hey. Sing this with me already. Switch your back to zero.
Ooh, y'all need to stay home. Y'all either need to do some practices before y'all do a reunion or stay home, because baby, don't mess up the good memories I have of y'all. All right, I think we could go over to the blogs. I had enough of Twitter news. Let's see what's going on in the blogs. I told y'all when I go to blogs to feel a little bit classier than the rest of y'all, I don't do the shade room. It's too ghetto over there. Sometimes I need to go over to get the real ghetto news. But I do shout out to Neighborhood Talk. I do like the way they do their tea. To me, it's just a little less niggerish. So let's see what's going on today. Diddy files motion to be released from prison immediately, claims the judge. Okay, sit down. Sit your ass down. Nobody cares. What else we got going on? Uncle Luke says Nicki is lonely for attention. Let's see what Luke got to say.
Nicki Minaj. Nicki.
And make it quick, Luke. Because I don't be liking you either.
Some of these women, they lonely for attention.
This is why I don't be wrong about people. I didn't even let him talk 3 seconds, and I told y'all I do not pre-watch clips because I have attention deficit disorder. But when things do pass my desk, Luke is such a male chauvinistic piece of shit. Not to say that I expected him to be some law-abiding, upstanding citizen after he made a whole movement off of dehumanizing women and sexualizing them. But you think that after people monetize over things, they grow up? No. He made Nicki pandering to MAGA a woman thing, a lonely woman thing. What the fuck did you get that said to generalize women and say they're lonely for something that Nicki Minaj did fighting for her citizenship or therefore lack of? Oh, man. Artists should just do their art, and we should never hear about their political views. We should never hear about what cereal they like to eat. We should never hear about their favorite shows. Just shut up and dribble. Because when y'all fucking talk, baby, it don't work, okay? I don't be wrong about people ever, okay? Lonely woman. Like, what the fuck that's all you got? That's all you got from the rape wife? If you don't let that dog in the room because he's scratching the door, messing up my show. Sorry, y'all. Ooh. Get this. I do not enjoy covering stories on Little Kim because she is a Brooklyn legend and she never did nothing wrong to nobody. Thought about it? Nope. A little shooting with Foxy Brown, but Foxy Brown be doing some shootable shit, and Foxy is my girl, right? But think about it. Kim bothers no one. But unfortunately, I gotta cover the news. Little Kim takes to her social media to say this is not Photoshop. Y'all some fucking haters.
Yeah, you thought it was Photoshop, bitch. Thought it was Photoshop, bitch. Yeah, thought it was Photoshop, bitch.
Oh.
Y'all want me to be ugly and insecure so bad. But then you would be out of work. Stupid bitch. Yeah, you thought.
You know how I'm gonna beat that because I don't want to talk about her. You know how I find a loophole. Go to the comments. Girl grow up acting like she stole her mama phone before school. What the hell? Little Kim is so sweet. See, that's why I want to talk about her. She used to be so. Don't talk about her looks. Kind of was hoping it was photoshopped. What? Oh no. Please just take it down. We all feel the same way. Nobody wants to talk about Little Kim. There's nothing in that. There's so much psychological damage that was done to her that, you know, her brain is minimalized to work on the 5 brain cells left. Oh my God. Don't make me say nothing bad. But I'm not. I'm going to skip over it. That is Little Kim telling haters, she not Photoshopped. While being Photoshopped. Oh my God. Okay. What else we got going on? This was too draining to cover. And I'm still not going to cover it. I'm just going to zoom past it. It's about a whole bunch of people I never heard of. It's the little podcast boy, the streamer boy, Ty Lil. Ty Lil is like under Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat is, I think I'll cover him before I leave because we talked about him the last show with the mental health awareness. Ty Lil is one of Kai Cenat's little homies, and the child went and cheated on his girlfriend with this little slut. Her name is Jordan Pauline, and Jordan Pauline did a very nasty, disgusting thing. She lied about a sexual assault because she didn't get her way about something, and it caused a very nasty discourse on Twitter, the real sexual assault versus fake, and this is why I don't listen to women, but versus it happens more than it doesn't happen, so I'm going to listen to women, versus this is what you get for cheating, versus what does cheating have to do with a lied sexual assault, versus, well, if you wasn't cheating, can't nobody lie to you about sexual assault, versus, hey, but there's real victims, versus it's too much going on. And Auntie can't keep up. And also, if you wasn't cheating, couldn't nobody lie to you about sexual assault. But so lying about sexual assault should be punishable with the same amount of time that the person is going to get. So, see, I don't want nothing to do with it. But if you wasn't cheating, couldn't nobody lie to you about sexual assault. But also, if you lie about sexual assault, you should get the same time as the person that was going to be sentenced. But can't nobody lie on you about sexual assault. But yeah, somebody can lie on you even if they didn't do it. But it lowers the probability if you wasn't cheating on your girlfriend, fucking around with these little girls that's hurt. Auntie don't give a damn. And don't! So, yeah, catch up on that story in your own time. Let me see. Ooh. So if y'all went to one of those HBCUs or the white colleges or whatever, I went to CUNY, so that means I hopped on the train and I paid a significantly a lower amount. And it still amounted to nothing because I bartend. I just got the right to say, I have a bachelor's. Now what you drinking, sir? Double Maker's Mark neat. I'll be right there. But it's a great conversation piece. I have a bachelor's. My major was anthropology. My minor was psychology. And I still ain't doing nothing with it. Nonetheless, have some respect. But anyway, for the people who spent more money to not do anything with their degree, let me tell something to you. The Trump administration is set to start garnishing the wages from y'all defaulted student loan borrowers starting as early as January, baby. Now, let me ask you something. Who does that help? How does that help anyone? When you Trump supporters sat down and said, "Yep, that's my president. Yep, just don't give me the half black and white lady." What did this man ever say to get y'all? But my dog is running through the video. I think it's the cutest thing ever. He's so stinking cute. 8 years and I've never gotten used to seeing that curly tail run by. I get distracted easily by love. The common theme, thank you, Abs513. They really hate the middle and low class. I don't know what you guys thought y'all had in common with Trump, but baby, the way he hates that middle and lower class and he wants y'all to die, and every day he picks up a new way to say, let them die. And starting January 1st, he said, you know what? I know the Biden administration was trying to do loan forgiveness. I don't forgive you. Pay it up, bitch. And we gonna listen. Y'all are gonna have friends and neighbors that are still going to defend this because they. It's a pug. I got a pug. That's so great. I got a pug. Yeah. Anyway, signs of low IQ. Trump supporters, Nicki supporters. They're blending right now. This is the blend stage. Okay. Zombie apocalypse. You can't take them with. They're already infected. Don't even try to save them. Don't even have a conversation. I have an old friend. He'll send me articles. He will send me, hey, look what Trump is doing. Trying to play devil's advocate. Trying to enlighten me on something he thinks I wasn't debriefed about on the Trump administration, baby. You don't get a response because you are infected. I cannot save you, nor will I try. Your eyes is already blue. You was a White Walker. If you bite me, now I'm infected. I got to kick you in the head and keep running because you are infected. There was no coming back. Sorry, the memories we once knew are gone. I don't care to revisit. I want you far the fuck away from me and my pug that you see running in the background. Okay? Ain't no saving y'all. Y'all are infected. Okay? All right. What else we got going on in the vlogs? I can't do it with these little kids. Something always wrong. My knee hurt, my brain hurt, my heart hurt, my mental illness hurt. Not to take away from mental illness, but baby, y'all playing. I told y'all Kai Cenat was talking about his mental health last episode. Let's see. He got more to say this episode. What was going on? I'm not
Hello, everybody. I'm currently on my laptop right now.
That was the last episode. Let's see. So what happens is they release statements. We talk about it, and then they respond to us talking about them, talking about you. Okay? Let's see what the boy had to say about him. Us talk about him. I was honestly going to save what I got to say for when I'm ready to come back, but right now something's telling me to speak up. I'm not sad. I'm not depressed, but I need to bring awareness to mental health. I know I get clowned for this. A few days ago, I decided to open up a little bit about what I've been thinking, and I've also been, and it's been so much love, but then I seen some negative feedback. I don't know what you call negative, but okay, probably a little negative. I'm trying to be, open-minded here. As I was very consistent in streaming, there were certain times I realized I was losing touch of reality. I needed to take a step back and fully reset. I started to realize I wasn't spending enough time with close friends and family behind the scenes as much as I wanted to. Anime has always been something I wanted to get myself into, but I never had time to try. This is why it'd be hard for me to be objective. Because what the fuck do y'all be talking about? I try not to be insensitive. But you had that whole...
Hello, everybody. I'm currently on my laptop right now. And
this whole moment of transparency, and it was about not being able to play with your friends and watch anime. Now, when we have our limited conversations and you think everything about me is money, it ain't that everything's about money. It's about you rationalize who you gave it to. And I just be like, I'm a good person. I be passing your test. And then you give it to people who cry about anime. Keep doing your thing, Big Dad. I'ma just keep living a life like it's golden, the one you gave me. while people are being ungrateful. Sorry, sometimes I have meltdowns, but they're always warranted. All right. I'm not even going to listen to the rest of that. More celebrities mad at Nicki. I don't care. Though. Let me see. Yeah, what we all knew. Whatever. So this is Normani the singer. Remember, y'all be having these Sierra prayers. Y'all be praying for men. I tell you all y'all do is beat them up. If you beat them, they will come. So anyway, y'all be having these Sierra prayers, and Sierra be putting people on play dates like puppies. So she had put Normani and DK Metcalf on a play date, and it really worked out. Like they were sniffing each other butts like the doggies do. And they said, this my boo, right? It worked out. They got engaged. This is her boyfriend, fiance. The boy, they say, I'm telling you, I do not pay attention to anything. But things will pass my desk and my brain will kind of grab it. They said that he don't like people calling him his real name. So the DK stand for something that he does not want to hear. He got a stalker, right? The stalker's at the game. The stalker say his real name. Taunting him or doing something. He said, come here real quick. Back at time.
Policy specifically states that players may not enter the stands or otherwise confront fans at any time on game day. And if a player makes unnecessary physical contact with
What the fuck was that about? Why the fuck would you let somebody trick you out your motherfucking money? Now, the initial suspension, they say he will lose. I don't know what this is about. Like, they could have just made it 5 across the board. That last 6 bothers me. I don't know what that's about. But they say he has to miss the next 2 regular season games. And then he had like this guaranteed $40 million incentive of some sort. So the next 2 games and that $40 million incentive is gone because he let somebody in a blue Nicki wig trick him out his spot. I don't know what's going on, y'all. When I don't know what's going on, y'all know what I do? I go to the comments, right? Mind you, this is the second time that the same fan has harassed him in over a year. DK reported him while they were still in Seattle. I get he's a professional and needs to control his anger, but this was all a setup from the fan for a payout. Not only did he call him by his real name, he also used a racial slur. With everything that's going on in the world, blah, 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 blah. I don't know how y'all feel. I know you're going to say everything I think, but when you got so much to lose and a motherfucker with a blue Nicki wig ain't got nothing to lose, don't even go over there. Don't even go over there, because one thing I don't play about, my money. I don't play about my money, and if I know that you're going to make me hit you, and hitting you is going to fuck up my money, guess what I'm going to not do? Go over there and give myself a reason to hit you. All right? We just got to be accountable sometimes. I know it's hard for men because people will go in the comments and make excuses for y'all. You're like, see what she said? She broke. She thinking broke. I need you to think rich, okay? It's easy to think broke. Most people are broke. She just had a broke thought. See, he already told on him, and that person already, that's thinking like a broke bitch. A rich bitch, I already know me. I know if I go there, I'm going to go upside your broke head. And since you got nothing to lose and I got 40 M's, I'm going to stay over here. Not fucking up the money for no damn broke people. That's y'all think poor. That's why y'all going to stay poor. Sorry for ya. Got to be quicker than that. All right, what else is going on? I do not cover black TV. It's so ridiculous. Nope. Nicki looking cheap and expensive shit. Queens people have mastered the art of looking cheap and expensive shit. That looked like a German Shepherd fur. How, baby, I'm sure it cost some shit. I see the Poochie leggings. I see the Louis Vuitton snow boots. I see the vintage Chanel. I see the colorful, baby, You still look stupid, and that looks like a German. I swear to God, if I found out you shaved a German Shepherd for that damn jacket, bitch, I'm gonna bring it to your front door. But make sure your husband ain't home because he's still pussy, and I'm scared of him. What else is? This is a recession indicator. So, y'all know the boy Tory Lanez is in jail for shooting Meg Thee Stallion. There was a point where I didn't know who shot who, but I'm pretty sure it was him. I got enough information, and this is why I told y'all need to be able to say, oh, I like that song, but that's where it stops and starts. I don't like this person. This is a bad person. Now, Tory Lanez has a phenomenal catalog. You're not going to get me to say it's trash because he's a bad person. He's serving his time, and he can stay in there. Every time he tries to come out, I say stay right there, right? He has this Proud Family remix that is absolutely phenomenal that you, once upon a time, can only get off of YouTube, right? Now, this is a recession indicator for me because, baby, this song is over 10 years old. Why did Tory Lanez drop his Proud Family remix on streaming services today? Baby, what, you can't afford the ramen? You can't make the cook up with the ramen and the salmon and the fish products out the can, the sardines, and they call it a pizza in the jail? The commissary getting low. You thought you was coming out. You not. You spent your last couple of dollars on the appeal. And the appeal said, sit down. Yeah, so now he's going to try to monetize off the Proud Family remix. If you guys ain't familiar, I'll play a little snippet. Enough. It's not that good. Fuck him, okay? Fuck him, okay? Do not go and stream that. Go do what I've been doing. Go on YouTube where he don't get no money for it, because the recession indicator is he need the money. He spent all his money on that appeal. Now songs that never was released on streaming is being released now. Come on now. Let him suffer. All right, what else is going on? That is a motherfucking bop. I'm having an inner battle. Okay, what else is going on now on the motherfucking news? I don't even. There has been, without posting it, I'm just going to say, 2 really bad stories in the news right now that's not helping the Pitbull propaganda they've been teaching y'all. And I'm so upset because I love Pitbull so bad. But 5 days ago, and they blurred his face out, and just in case he go to school, nobody discriminate. Why are you blurring out his face like he a human? But anyway, I saw this story 2-3 days ago. A pit bull ate its sibling at home. And it's so crazy because the family took up for it when the family called 911 instead of saying, hey, my child was, what they called it? What they call it? Galled or gnawed? I forget the term. I think it's gnawed by a pit bull. They said the baby fell. And when they got there and they saw the baby, they said, oh, no, baby. Not y'all protecting the pit bull over the baby. The baby didn't make it. Didn't cover the story. I don't like bad publicity on pit bulls. But baby, did y'all see yesterday in New York City, a pit bull attacked a baby and was dragging the baby, and the mother was just there screaming, and thank God a passerby put it in a headlock and recorded the owner and was like, oh no, you don't. We calling the cops and they gonna put that dog down today. I hate to cover these stories, but if we're gonna get any awareness out to the pit bull owners, it's not the pit bull, it's how the pit bull was raised. We need to start putting the owners in jail. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with the pit bulls in the new. I love that breed. That is probably a top 5 breed for me. 1, 2, and 3 being pugs, then Rottweilers, and then pit bulls. But baby, y'all raising them babies wrong, and they already got to go to school with people prejudging them and saying they bad people, and it's not them, it's how they're raised. Oh my God. All right, so dear pit bull owners, you got to do better because they talk about y'all children real bad outside, and things are happening. Anything else happening before I round out this show? I gotta go get one of my coworkers a gift. I know I'm last minute, but it just look like nigger nonsense, nigger babble nonsense that I don't care to cover. Y'all know they got this little fuck the streets thing going on between the nigger boys on the internet and the rappers, and I just don't give a fuck. Is it okay if I don't give a fuck? Skip told me to stop doing that. He said, yo, people look to you for the news. But sometimes, as a human, sometimes the news is overwhelming for me too, okay? So rather than to give y'all something that's nigger babble nonsense, I'll let you know it exists and I'll tell you I don't give a fuck. All right, y'all. Thank you for stopping by for another episode of the I'm Not Impressed show. We had a rocky start because Nicki sent her obia over from Trinidad to shut down my computer. So I might have to upload this in 2 different sessions. Hopefully someone can help me upload 2 segments under one upload. Auntie and technology. But anyway, this is Christmas Eve, so I want everybody to have a very healthy and safe holiday. Unfortunately, your girl will be at work, but don't be sad because the kind of money I'll be making tomorrow while drunk and Holly, don't feel bad for me. But on holidays, everybody is driving drunk. Please be careful. You are not only driving for yourself, you are driving for the other drunk people on the highway. Be safe. What else? Oh, yeah. Happy holidays and go fuck yourselves. You wearing my top shows, watch for YouTube. Oh my God. Guys, we're almost there. Just hold on. We're going home. Just give me a second. I just got to get more professional, learn more. Ace, what's up? Happy holidays, Ace. That's my good friend over there. Go fuck yourselves. Until the next time, happy holidays. Peace out. I'm going to upload on YouTube within the next 20 minutes. Just let me find out how I can put these 2 clips together. Until next time, peace out.